how to not do a first date. So number one would be, do not go there over expecting. So do not go on the first date thinking this is my husband or this is my wife. So don't go there expecting fireworks and you just see the person and there's this instant connection. Don't go there over expecting, because if you do and it doesn't, go that way, you do get to be disappointed. So don't go into a first date over expecting. And the second one would be, don't go into a first date expecting negative results. When you go in expecting like, oh, this is just going to not work out like my other dates, you're already putting that date on a bad note. So I'm going to tell you a story real quick about this lady. So she went on a date, obviously expecting that the guy would be rude because she had gone on like a couple of rude dates. And then they brought like their swallow, and then she used her hands, and he was like, wow, you're bold. And he meant that as a compliment, like, because most dates he would go on, the girls would use like spoons and forks and cutlery to eat their eba and everything. So he felt like this was exciting and refreshing. So he was like, wow, you're bold. And she took that as an insult. So she was like, what do you mean I'm bold? I need to use my swallow with my hands. And it just went off like that because she kind of came there with the negative energy, expecting everything to be negative. So when that came across, it just seemed like it was negative when in truth it was a compliment. That happens for even when we chat day by day. Someone sends you a message and you're like, oh, sorry about that, and you read it in a different tone. You're like, oh, sorry about that, because maybe you're having a bad day or you're expecting that person to be rude. When you get a message from someone you're expecting to be rude, it comes off rude, like text messages, because you're going to read it in that negative tone, that rude tone. And then the person might just been like, oh, sorry about that. But you're reading it like, oh, sorry about that. You're even adding the extra. You're adding to where it wasn't there. So try not to go in with a negative expectation. And the third one would be, the third not to do on the date is looking for red flags. And this happens to lots of people, especially people that have been in a long-term relationship in the past. You come in expecting, I'm going to find red flags because I didn't, for some reason, see it in my last relationship. So you're going to come, looking like, okay, my last boyfriend, I didn't notice that he was really rude. So I'm coming in looking for if this person has that rude tendency because I'm gone after that. So you come in looking for what the other person lacked in your last relationship. So if you're in a relationship where the person was really selfish, you're coming in looking for someone that's not selfish. So your mind is fixated on that. It's like, I want someone that's not selfish. I want someone that's not selfish. And because of that, everything that person does, you're scrutinizing it, looking for a little trait of selfishness. And if you find that, you kind of like just grab onto that and you're like, I can't do this. So you kind of look for red flags because of your past relationships, which is understandable. And I know it's kind of hard to do, but you should go into dating with a new, fresh start. Just kind of imagine you hadn't gone on the other dates. Do not put your other relationship, on the other person, because you wouldn't want someone to do that to you, though, right? Because obviously you've had dates, so they've had relationships too, and you wouldn't want them to kind of be looking for red flags with you. No one wants to walk on eggshells in a relationship. So anyway, those are the 3 things to not do on the first date. Do not go over expecting. Do not go with a negative expectation. And do not look for red flags. Don't go on a red flag hunt. So I hope you enjoyed this short video. And if you did, please subscribe and